Dan, welcome to Tennessee, man. What has the adjustment been like for you coming from a new system into learning an entire new playbook? Or was there much similarities in what you had to take in and now do in training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I would say universally plays are pretty much the same. It's just different names of things. Really just getting a feel for Coach Callahan, Bill that is, and Big Bill that is, and just getting accustomed to his terminology, the way he likes to coach certain things, the way you know how it works in offensive line play. Outside zone is outside zone, but it could be ran in numerous different ways depending on how that coach coaches it. Whether he's wanting the guys to shuffle and stay square off the ball, whether he's got one guys to run off the ball. So just getting accustomed to Bill and his terminology and just how he wants things to function.
No doubt about it. So speaking of Coach Bill Callahan, what has it been like learning from him? You had a different coach before, and is there more detail? Is there stuff that you had to sit back in meetings and go, oh, this is why? Because when you speak about Coach Bill Callahan, he's a guy that he knows it. So what has it been like learning under that?
Yeah, man. Coach Callie, he's filled with so much information, man. First of all, he's a lot more intense, a lot more hands-on, extreme technician, most definitely. But there's certain little nuances and things that he's teaching me, like with hand fighting and different things. And, like, he just said something the other day, 2 days ago, and I was just like, wow. Like, I sat back and I was like, wow, I never thought about it that way. Like, I've always tried to defeat a move this way. And he told me, like, just rotate your thumb. And it's like, dang, why did I never think of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but rotate your thumb.
Bro, it's real things like that. Like when a guy grabs your wrist, like instead of trying to replace it, rotate your thumb down. And, that was something that just clicked and hit me like, wow, bro, I never thought about that. But that's every single day, man. I feel like he's adding to my game and really helping me progress as a player.
With the challenge of coming in as a free agent, what was something that you wanted to do that you've done in Pittsburgh? I've heard about you. I've watched you for years as it pertains to how you play. I was told your leadership is high. I think your run blocking gets underrated, and just your ability to bring stability to the left tackle position, man. What was your goals coming into this room that's new, young, and also just vibrant with a whole lot of energy?
Yeah. I mean, I think they got a hard-working mentality. These guys know how to work. They want it. Like you said, it's a good young group. They got some energy. I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to bring is just some confidence and swag in this group. I don't know if they're used to, to just being in those winning positions. And when you got such a talented group and you haven't had a chance to shine, sometimes it can mess with your mental. Mm-hmm. And just keeping those guys up, helping them to trust themselves and believe in themselves. And really, like I said, just owning the fact that, we dogs out here, and we got to carry ourselves that way. And like I said, just mainly instilling that and bringing a sense of confidence and swag to every time we step on the field, the other team feels that.
You are playing next to a guy named Peter Skoronski. I've nicknamed him Big Skull. Okay, it's just going to stick, and I'm going to make sure it stick too. He's going into that third year where like the first year is your welcome, your adjustment year is year 2, and 3 is where you become a pro, man. What has it been like working next to him and watching him try to make that next step too, with you guys working beside each other now?
Yeah, it's been so easy, man. Pete is so smart, bro. It's funny because a couple years ago, I feel like I was in his position when we had Isaac Samalu came over to Pittsburgh. Right. And the vet he was to me and how he helped me and progress my game, I just feel like I want to do that for Peter. I feel like he has so much potential, man. He's such a good player, very underrated guard, and I think he has the potential in a year or two to be the, or if not one of the highest paid guards in the league. And I just want to try my best to help him achieve that, man.
I saw you guys, yesterday was a little bit different, run period. I feel like the defense earned it. Okay to admit, today, different story, man. Mentality coming out in day 2 and pass.
Yeah, we wanted to come out and jump on them, man. Like, yesterday was a little sloppy. Just some technique things. You know how it is coming off in pads. First day, you want to kill people. You running off the ball. You whiffing on blocks and stuff like that. Today, we were able to calm down, get in the film room yesterday, tweak some things, and I really think we took the meeting room to the field today and made those adjustments.
Speaking of the technique, it looks like you have a few guys, just from my perspective of watching it, trying stuff out. How much freedom is given for you guys to fail, to be in a position, say, this worked, this doesn't work?
Yeah, I think Bill is just wanting us to go out there and just be aggressive. Whatever we do, he's wanting us to just be technical in what he teaches us, as long as we have a plan. I think that's the biggest thing. If you go out there and you're just sitting, or you're just going out there and you're just kind of lackadaisical going through steps, he's going to be pissed off. But if you go out there and you tell him, like, hey, this is what I was thinking, this is what I was trying to do, okay, cool. Just go a little bit faster or just a little bit shorter, not so far. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he always tells us, like, don't be afraid to lose. Like, you're going to lose out here, you're going to get beat. But if you're playing passive, you're going to get beat more often than if you're being aggressive. So that's the mentality going in.
You guys got an OG vet, man. Kevin Zeitler on this squad, too. You got JC moving over to the right side. What can Zeitler also do for a young fella like JC that's in somewhat the same position you were with getting Isaac Seumalo in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. When you got a young guy like that who's just so vibrant with energy, he's so new to it, he's always here. You know what I mean? And when you have a vet like that that's seen everything, that's been in those tight games, those overtimes,
and has also helped rebuild Detroit, Cincinnati, yeah.
And like he's been with losing teams, he's been with winning teams. You know, he's seen just a bit of everything. When you have an older guy like that next to a younger guy who can kind of keep him level-headed, not let him get too high in those moments, not let him get too low in those moments, I think mentally he's going to help JC a lot.
No doubt. And, of course, number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward. What is he like from you guys' perspective? The way he deals with the wide receiver, totally different. Those guys got to come to him. He got to come to y'all. What has that back and forth and relationship been like with having him in the building and how he's carried himself?
Yeah, Cam has got a lot of energy, man, which is super surprising. I feel like the first time I met him, and just his overall aura, I feel like he gives off that he's a little bit more quiet, but he's not. He talks, bro, and when he's out on the field and when he's competing, man, and Jeff is out here messing with him, mouthing at him, you know, he sits there and talks with him back. And sometimes I'm just wanting to be like, Cam, be quiet and listen to the play. But you know what, man? I feel like it's good, bro. And I think that it's good for the offense because we going to feed off of that energy, and we need that, you know, in games. Like, I love what he's bringing.
Yeah.
And I love the mindset that he's bringing. And I love the confidence that he's coming in the huddle with, regardless of whether he knows what to do or not. I mean, he's a rookie. It's things are going to happen. We're going to have our ups and downs, but just the overall confidence, the overall leadership initiative that he's taken has really impressed me.
I've heard you were that guy in Pittsburgh that you want to lead the charge. You mentioned him talking trash. I've heard you got that too. I say that because when you win, you have success, you gain that ability. I was telling my co-host earlier, I was telling Will, I was like, I would tell guys the play is coming right here.
Yeah.
How much confidence does that mean for you guys to get on the same page throughout camp to finally get to the games and say, we're going to call our shot? Coach, we're running it to close out this game.
Yeah. I think first off, we just need to try to find our identity as an offense. That's going to be the biggest thing. I think once we do that and we figure out our strengths and weaknesses, and the main thing is we got to gel as an offensive line. And you know how that is. We got a few new pieces in this year, and I think that's the main thing is having that offensive line gel. And that's really where I want it to be led. That's where it has to be led up front. Mm-hmm. You like you said, running the ball to close out games. Hell yeah, I want to be in those positions to be able to tell coach, hey man, run this one. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's definitely the overall goal.
No doubt about it. I see you got you guys in space. You're an athlete. All of y'all are. Everybody's reshaped their bodies, man. How cool was it to train with some of the guys? I know you was with Peter and also JC this summer, to see that payoff actually look like it in practice.
Yeah, it was extremely cool, man, especially just to hang out and, you know, get that bond with both of those guys. I play right next to Peter, and then obviously JC being the other tackle on the other side of me. Like I said, it was extremely fun, not only just training with them and getting better, honing in on our craft, but also getting that bonding experience and be able to spend time with your brothers. You know, that's unlike anything, you know, that goes without being said. Those things are unmeasured.
Last one for me on the light tip. First fight in the joint practices go to who?
We talking about winning, losing?
In general, who's throwing the first punch on y'all's side?
No comment on that.
That's again, smart offensive lineman, man. Never incriminate yourself. Appreciate you, Dad. Absolutely, man. That's beautiful.